Well, hello, welcome back to Casa.texpina. It's been a minute since we've done an update and walked around and showed you what's going on. It is now mid-March. I think the last time I posted was probably, let's see, when was the last time we posted? October? I think it was October, so it's been a little bit. We've had some things going on that have kept us from making videos. Other than that, probably a lot of it, my part being just a lazy retired guy, you know. Didn't really want to get back in front of the camera for a little while. Well, let's walk you around a little bit and show you what all has happened. Since the last time we talked to you in October, we were doing roof warranty work. That's all been completed. We did have a little bit of warranty work with our generator as well. I think I remember telling you guys that we were having issues with the generator. That has finally been resolved. Let's go walk around the side of the building here and take a look. So, coming around to the back side of the house, we have gotten our generator replaced. Actually, what ended up having to happen was both the generator and the auto transfer switch both had to be replaced. What was the old generator, something faulty happened on the inside of it. I don't have the explanation other than it looked like a complete engine failure. It was running for about 30 minutes and then it put out a big puff of black smoke out the top. Chugga chugga chugga, and out came diesel fuel and oil out of the bottom. So that was actually back in May. So it's been almost, yeah, that was a little while longer than that. So that was back in May that originally happened. Going back and forth with the provider of this one, the vendor that we bought it from. It ended up being they ended up having to replace the generator completely. So rather than just do a repair and reinstall, which I think we had shown you on an earlier video, that one still didn't work. So what he ended up doing was ordering a brand new one from Korea. This is I think the Korean name for it is Kogo, K-O-G-O. It's it's supposed to be a 12 kilowatt generator, which when you 12 kVA generator, the actual output is 10 kilowatts, kilovolts, kVA. Sorry, you electricians, correct me. I know you're going to take a look at it. The automatic transfer switch, that had to be replaced also because the box wasn't talking to the generator. So it wasn't getting a good read of what the battery standpoint was, or some other voltage things going back and forth. So both of those had to be replaced. We got this one replaced, and everything works like a charm. This new one actually has over 5 hours on it. It wasn't maybe about a week or so after, yeah, see there, 5 hours. It wasn't maybe about a week or so after we got it replaced and got everything put in that we actually had a all-day power outage and worked like a charm. One thing to note that we did have, let me jump back around in front of the camera here real quick. One thing we did note, if and when this one does stop working at a future point, the next thing we're going to do, or we're thinking about doing anyway, is to replace this generator, which is a small one, it's only a 10K, with a large 30K, and probably put it right over here against the wall. We'll build a new pad here, take out a couple of the aloe veras, and have it power the entire house. Because right now, as this sits, it only powers maybe a third. We've got it to where it powers the master bedroom, the office, and 2 refrigerators. So that takes care of, you know, a couple of 1 or 2 ACs, 2 refrigerators, and then some power outlets. So that was one of the bigger things. Let me walk back over here. Sorry, I like to wander while I'm chit-chatting. So we did actually have the builder come back out and do touch up on a lot of the paint on the exterior walls. They had bubbles in them and some surface cracks, so when they repaired the surface cracks they couldn't get the paint to match exactly and ended up having to repaint the whole thing all over again. So he did that. Great job by engineer Yabut there. Worked really well with us throughout the warranty process. For his behalf, what we ended up doing was we would wait until there was like 3 or 4 things that needed to be done, so it wasn't him coming out, us being a nuisance and him coming out every time we called. We would wait until we got 4 or 5 things, 3 or 4 things, and say, hey, these things need to be added to the warranty list. And as long as we had them in by the middle of February, just last month, everything that we had mentioned to him had been taken care of. So that was some cracking with the gypsum board ceilings, a little bit of paint issues with some of the cabinet doors in the kitchen area. So we had all those repainted, epoxied and repainted. What it was the cabinet doors were kiln drying, meaning that they had already been dried pretty much in the process, so it wasn't a green piece of wood to where you had to worry about major shrinkage. We just had minor shrinkage from where they had painted the cabinet doors, and then over the next 6 to 8 months they went ahead and shrank a little bit more, and you could see the cracks around the outside edges of the cabinet doors. So we had them go ahead and fix those, and that ended up being pretty much 90% of the cabinet doors in both kitchens. So they took care of those. Yeah, other than that, most of it was rather really minor stuff. So thankfully everything was a good build. Here, let me get you out of the sun. Everything was a good build. No issues on that part. I think I had at one point told you guys we were getting the pool table in. I think I showed you guys the pool table when it was finished. We did, however, end up finishing and going ahead and getting the poker table put in. Let's go ahead and take a walk upstairs and we'll show you that. Alrighty, let's take a walk upstairs into the media room slash game room and take a look. Alright, so you'd seen we had the pool table done. This is only a miniature pool table, or a junior size pool table. So we've got the red felt. It's 4 foot by 7 foot. The balls are a little smaller also. These are, I believe, 1.5 inch as opposed to the 2 1/4 inch on a standard. I'll correct that in the notes on the bottom of the page as we get going. I did put up the dartboard, and we've got that going. All the pool cues hanging on the sides, and of course the new addition to the room is our 8-seater poker table. Red as well to continue going with the rest of the theme up here. So we got spaces for their drinks, spaces for their chips, and then everybody can play out on the nice table. And they got good chairs, nice little chairs here that fit right up underneath. So when we're all done, we push the chair in and it doesn't take up as much room. Nice thing for the area up here. Honestly speaking, it hasn't been used yet. Most of the family prefers to stay downstairs where they can see the TV, see what all's going on. I know, that was the whole reason I put this projector screen up here, because I can stream TV up here. The only thing I can't really get is some of the local channels, so I didn't do that. We've got a little small speaker bar system down here that works with it. It's all Bluetooth. The projector screen goes out to 100 inches. Actually, the projector screen itself is 120, but I've got the projector set at 100 inches diagonal. Comes out with a really nice video, nice picture. We do end up needing to turn out most of the lights in here, and probably the one in the stairwell, just because for some reason it doesn't get as bright as I expected it to. But what do you get? So that's pretty much most of the additions to the house. let's go ahead and go back downstairs and talk some of the other. All right, as you guys can tell, looking, most of the grass has already grown in. Actually, we've had some spots where they actually ended up dying a little bit, just because it had run out of dirt underneath. For some reason, this was we had a small spot here that died. Another one over here. Basically, all we did was throw a little bit of dirt down on it just here recently, and we're gonna let the grass grow back in by itself, so it'll take care of that on its own. We do have some fruit trees that are producing. We got one of our calamansis. So this is a calamansi tree. We got some of the small fruits. This one just started pushing out fruits about a month ago. So these aren't quite ready to harvest just yet, but they're getting close. Our gardener at the time has since gone OFW. He's gone abroad to work, but he brought in an eggplant of sorts. It's not the big pear-shaped ones that we have in the US, and it's not the balacenas, the long skinny ones that they have here either. It's something different, so we're still watching to see how this is going to turn out. I know the one on the back already turned into seed, and we're going to keep an eye on this one here to try to find out when it's good to pick. Let's see, we've got two of these otis trees. If I remember showing you guys this when we were under construction. This is an otis. It's not quite done yet. These are called let's see, is it sugar apples. So those are you open it up on the inside when it's ripe. You open it up on the inside and it's got a milky white fruit with big black seeds. You spit out the seeds and you suck on the fruit. It's got a nice sweet taste to it. The other thing we have are two guyabano trees. Let's see if I can find one that's close to you to be able to tell you or show you what a guyabano looks like. Let's see. I know I've got some, but they may not be down here close enough to show you guys. I know where one is. Let me go over here to this other tree at the end, and I've got one that's probably within range. Let's see, where'd he go? There he is. Right here, and I'll zoom in on this and show you exactly where that's at, and then I'll show you a picture on the side of what a guyabano looks like when it's finished. That's also called a soursop in English. Nice fruit, really juicy, kind of on the inside. It looks like a white, it looks like a cross between a white pineapple and coconut, because it's got a white milky texture to it as well. And but the texture of the way the fruit is formed looks kind of similar to a pineapple. So we'll take a look at that and show you. Let's see. Oh yeah, the water treatment system is working fantastic. I ended up finding something to give it some shade, so we bought these sunshades, tongue twister there. Sunshade screens. We bought these on Lazada. I think it ran me about 20 bucks each, so about 1,000 pesos total, I think. Sorry. That would be 1,000 pesos equals $20, so that was the total of the amount, $10 each. And that provides enough shade on here to where we don't have a lot of sun hitting directly on the tanks. By keeping the sun off of the tanks, it also helps to reduce the amount of heat in the tanks, but also cuts down on the algae formation. So we ended up with the tank system here. It is a 21 stage until recently. We added a pre-filter, which is here in the back. What this does is this is another 3-stage filter that will pre-filter the water coming in from the main line, which is down here. So this comes around to the pre-stage or the pre-filter. From the pre-filter, it comes into the holding tank. So all of this is under whatever pressure our city water is being provided at. Once that's provided, it goes into the storage tank. This is a 200-gallon tank, and it has a booster tank here at the bottom that helps push the water through the 21-stage filter here. When it's all completed, it goes through a reverse osmosis unit, and a UV light that's good for over 1,000 hours. So that sterilizes all of the drinking water that we have going through the entire house. Everything on the house has this water. I did that for two reasons. One, I wanted to be able to drink the water coming out of the faucet, and two, I wanted to be able to not have to worry about getting all the gunk in the water lines. That also helps with the water that goes up to the solar hot water heater up on the top. Hey, Mr. Magnus. Hi, Mr. Magnus. You gonna say hi? Hi, baby. Say hi. Hi, everybody. Our little hot dog. So once it goes through the 21 stage filter here after the holding tank, then goes into a clean water holding tank. So this is another 200-gallon tank, and it holds all the clean water. So everything that's been filtered sits here. From here, it'll go down through to this pump. This is a pressure pump, and it'll boost it into this tank, which is a pressurized holding tank of 100 gallons. And then it all pushes out at about 40 psi. So that'll push out at 40 psi throughout the whole house. I know you guys in the States are sitting there going, wow, 40 psi, that's it? That's kind of weak. Here in the Philippines, anything above 20 psi is considered high pressure. Our normal lines coming in from the subdivision run anywhere between 20 to 40, depending on what time of day and the amount of consumption that you have around the subdivision. So it comes in here, it boosts it up to 40, holds it in the tank, and as we use it in the house, the pump will run, or the booster pump will run, and it'll push it back up to 40, and it pushes it all the way through the whole house. Fantastic system. As far as the maintenance goes on it, every 2 weeks I come out and I backwash these 3 tanks and get rid of the solids that have been accumulating on the top, and that all goes out the bottom, and that goes on out to the storm drain. So it's just, plain water. Same thing with the one in the back. So all 4 of these will get backwashed every 2 weeks. Once a month, I'll come back through and check the four stages of filters here in the front. I've got 3 5-micron sediment filters. This is the first one that they run through, and this one usually goes out the fastest. It turns really black within about 2 months. And then what I'll do is I'll move filter number 2 to number 1, 2, 3 to number 2, and put the new one in here. And the last stage is a activated carbon cocoa fiber filter, and that's the last stage before going through the ROPU and UV light and out to the rest of the system. So yeah, maintenance is about every 2 weeks backwash, every 4 weeks check the filters. Good system, and for the money, I think it's worth it for us. I think all total, I think we paid about maybe 200,000 pesos. So in dollars, that roughly convert to about $4,000. Really worth the money, because we can use the water out of the faucet in any faucet in the house, and we don't have to worry about any backups, no junk in the pipes. Don't have to worry about any of the sedimentation in there, rusting out pipes. Well, we have PVC pipes, or the PPR pipes anyway, so that got eliminated as well. So that's pretty much it around here at casa.texpina. I do have something to show you guys. I'm going to put in right after this a couple of clips of a grass fire that we had just 2 days ago on Friday. There was a huge grass fire on the back side of the subdivision. We had initially thought that it was the subdivision next door burning out some of the old vacant lots in the back, but it wasn't. It was even behind them. So we don't know who exactly it belonged to. We do know it was unmonitored. There was flames going at least 30 to 40 feet in the air. So we got some of that on video and pictures, and then I'll show you the video I took a little bit earlier with the drone today, and show you what the aftermath looks like. So not uncommon here in the Philippines for them to burn large vacant lots and old fields before they start getting ready to plant something new, or just to knock down the size of the grass. So let me put that in here, and we'll show you that and be right back. Yeah. Get over here on the corner. All right, we're gonna go take a look at the grass fires in the back of the subdivision. Hopefully I got enough battery to get all the way back there. Oh, the battery's only about 33%, so I got enough to get back there and turn around and come back. Inside the house. Because I thought it was still pretty good at the time. I'm at about 84 feet. Looks like they got most of it put out already. We had 30-foot flames back here earlier. Still going. See it there? That's back behind that last house, right by our water tank. That's right by the water tank. No, that's still going. So. All right, we're gonna go take a look and see how bad the grass fire did a couple days ago. You see all the black area here. This is at the back of our subdivision. All right, about 100 feet up. We thought this might have been part of this subdivision here, which is Philinvest Claremont, but as you can see, it wasn't. Actually, get a little further over. Sorry, it's kind of in the clouds there. The clouds are passing by. So not a lot there. That's all still part of the subdivision that's next to us. You can see the grass fire started over this direction, just on the other side of Philinvest's area. And then it all came this way. This is moving from east to west. This is on the north side of Buena Vista. And then we are out here. When we came out here first, I was on just in the car, and Miss Emie took some video with her phone, and you could see some of the flames jumping up at least 30 to 40 feet. Especially over here where these couple of small trees were right here along the fence line. They had 30 to 40 foot trees, 30 to 40 foot flames. We were scared about the idea that maybe some of these flames that were along the side here were gonna jump the fence and get the mangoes on the other side, and then just keep on going. That could have posed a fairly large problem, considering we don't have a fire department in the subdivision, and in all honesty, they are a little slow for reaction time. You can see here, as far as the wildfire was allowed to go, the grass fire was allowed to go, it went right up to the edge of whoever's property line this is. Actually went a little bit over, you can see here, and then it stopped at the rice field. See the little rice fields right here behind us. So all of this grass got burned. That was Friday, I believe. And today is Sunday, so yeah, this was like 2 days ago. Sorry, it took me a little while to get back out here and take another look at it because I needed to get the batteries all charged back up. I haven't flown this drone in probably about 4 months, so I wanted to make sure I had enough fly time to be able to see everything that was going on out here. All right, so we were concerned that all that those 30-foot flames were going to jump the fence. We called the security guards up at the front because they were just aware of seeing the smoke. They didn't realize how close it was. They called the local fire department and had them come out, and they did come up later on and monitor the flames, the grass fire, as it did get a little closer to the where the water tower is over here and that rice field in the back. So as it got over here, oops, sorry, wrong direction. Tell you a little out of practice. I haven't done this in about 4 months. The fire truck came up here to the end of the road that's here at your in center screen, and they just monitored over the top of the fence, making sure that it didn't come any closer or try to jump the fence into our area, because some of these bushes and stuff along the fence line would be easy to have the fire just jump the fence. Okay, so you can see where all that was. Kind of concerning when we actually first saw it because we didn't know how close it was, and with 30 to 40 foot flames really close to the perimeter fence, we were kind of concerned with the fire jumping and hitting some of these mango trees, but thankfully, luckily, it didn't happen. They did have a fire department truck come in, a pumper truck come in at the last minute, all the way down by the water storage tank at the back of the subdivision, just to maintain a hose on it to make sure it didn't jump the fence anyway. So that's it for this wrap up. Hey, I am looking to do a lessons learned video here probably in about a week, for real this time, in about a week. I would like a little assistance from you guys, because I know I can tell you what lessons that I learned, both from this build as well as other builds that I've done in the past, and just kind of group them all together and say, hey, these are things you need to look out for, or these are things you need to keep an eye on as you're getting ready to do your builds. However, some of you guys have been watching this thing since we first started back in 2 years ago, year and a half ago, January of 20, back pre-pandemic. I know it's been a while, right? So yeah, it's been 2 years. So drop some comments below. Tell me what you guys would like, any kind of questions you have, any things that you may have seen going through this build that you said, hey, you know what, y'all need to take a look at this, or hey, how did you deal with that? What was your lessons learned? Give me some of those questions and I'll try my best to answer them on the next video. So say bye, Magnus. Time to go. Say bye. Alrighty, so we'll see you guys next time. If y'all like today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the casa.texpina star right over here on the side, and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen. You'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you again next time, have a great afternoon, and God bless. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher.